Okay, now what we are going to see is when you are when you have done something wrong, how you regret for it and how you respond to it. Okay, so this is a situation. Now you're a clerical staff in an office, and you've been going late every day. Okay, and the manager has been watching you. He has been observing you coming late, maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes late every day. And one day he calls you to his room and he asks you, Mr. Sukumar, please come here. Why is it I have been observing that you've been coming late every day? And what do you feel happy about going late? No, you are not very happy. So you regret, isn't it? So you say, I'm sorry, sir. It so happened I'm 5 minutes late today. So the next question he may ask you is, why don't you make it a point to come 5 minutes earlier to avoid this? And maybe you can reply saying, yes sir, I'm extremely sorry, I'm sure, or I'm sure I'll make it up next time, or I'm sure I will not, this will not happen again. Okay, something like that. Okay, shall we write down a dialogue on that? So this is regretting and responding to a regret. That is, you are regretting for going late and you are responding, how you respond to the person whom you are talking to about the situation. Okay. Now I am just going to say, manager Mr. Sukumar, why are you late today? And Sukumar immediately replies, I'm sorry, sir. The traffic was heavy. The traffic was heavy. But immediately the manager says, I have been noticing you coming late to office every day. Why don't you start five minutes earlier? Every day? Okay, and immediately you feel very bad. Mr. Sukumar feels very bad and he says, I'm sorry, this will not happen again. Sir, I'm extremely sorry. I'll see to it. It won't happen again. What won't happen again? Him coming late to office. So, I'm extremely sorry. I'll see to it that it won't happen again. What won't happen again? Him coming to office late. Manager. That's good. I hope you'll keep your word. Okay. So, this is a conversation where manager calls Sukumar and says, okay, let's see. This is a conversation between the manager and Mr. Sukumar. Sukumar unfortunately had been going to office late for the past few days, and the manager has been noticing it. He calls him and warns him, and he tries to give an excuse that the traffic was heavy, but then he says he's been coming to office late every day, and he suggests whether he can start a little earlier so that he can avoid the traffic and come a little earlier. And again he says sorry, and he gives his word that it won't happen again, and manager also says that he'll hope that he keeps his word. Let's do the conversation now. Manager: Mr. Sukumar, why are you late today? Sukumar: I'm sorry sir, the traffic was heavy. Manager: I have been noticing you coming late to office every day. Why don't you start 5 minutes earlier every day? Sukumar: Sir, I am extremely sorry. I'll see to it that it won't happen again. Manager: That's good. I hope you'll keep up your word. You'll keep up your word. Okay, so this is how you regret for something. Okay, we will do another dialogue also. So, you practice this way. This can be the headmaster and the student. This can be even anybody else, like working in an office, how you go late, and a teacher and a principal. Okay, any situation you can put in and you can practice the dialogue. Okay, this topic, what does it actually teach us? Whenever you make a mistake, admit your mistakes and ask for excuse profusely. That is, admit a mistake and apologize profusely. Okay, you should ask for forgiveness or you should apologize. Don't be arrogant and say, I will do it, or you do whatever you want. You shouldn't be like that. We should be a little more cultured and refined. Okay, now another situation between a student called Rohit and the teacher, where the teacher calls Rohit and asks whether he has finished his homework, and Rohit tries to give an answer saying that he hasn't finished it and he had a headache last evening, so he couldn't finish it. That's an excuse always a student gives a teacher, saying I wasn't well, I had a headache or something. So immediately the teacher says, no, I saw you playing cricket yesterday and you tell me that you are not well. So this little boy has told a lie to the teacher, simply saying that he was not well and he hadn't finished his homework. So later when he was caught red-handed, he apologizes and he says, sorry, I will finish it. Okay. So, this is just a conversation to help you apologize whenever that is, or apologize or regret for the mistakes that you have done and asking for apology. I am going to write this dialogue on the board, you can write it down and you can role play it. Teacher, Rohit, why haven't you shown me your homework? Okay. Rohit, why haven't you shown me your homework? Okay, now before we go into it, haven't. Now, have not becomes haven't. Okay. All these shortened forms you should know. Have not becomes have, haven't. Okay. Have not. Same way, all these has and not, hasn't. Do and not, don't. Did and not, didn't. See, do and not, you cut this N and you cut off this O and you just say don't. But did and not becomes didn't. Okay. And do, did, does. Does and not, doesn't. We usually don't use why did you not finish your homework or why have you not. We always use the contracted form when we use it in the dialogue. So, you should know all this, how it is used. It is nothing different. It has the same meaning, but in due course of your conversation, you tend to use the contracted form. Have, has, had. This is a past tense, hadn't. Okay, but have, had, has, do, did, does, all is okay. Now, what about shall and not? It becomes shan't. Okay, shan't. So, all these you better learn and these are used in the dialogues. Okay, I just wanted to explain to you because we have used haven't here. Okay, now take down the dialogue. Why haven't you shown me your homework? Rohit replies. I'm sorry, sir. I wasn't well. Yesterday, so I didn't do my homework. So I didn't do my homework. For which the teacher says, but Rohit, I saw you playing cricket yesterday. I saw you playing cricket last evening. Why are you lying? And Rohit immediately apologized. He's caught now by the teacher. So he says, I'm extremely sorry, sir. I shall not repeat it again. I shall not repeat it again. Okay, you may go. Okay, now you see, teacher, Rohit, why haven't you shown me your homework? Rohit says, I'm sorry, sir, I wasn't well yesterday, so I didn't do my homework. Teacher, but Rohit, I saw you playing cricket last evening. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Rohit immediately says, I'm extremely sorry, sir. I shall not repeat it again. And teacher, okay, you may go. So, when somebody apologizes for something wrong that you have done, the other person willingly forgives you. But in case you keep on lying or you keep on building up a story, a false story, you will get caught. So, this is how you regret for what you have done and you apologize and how it's taken up by the other person. Okay? I hope you have understood this concept. We'll move on to the next one now.